All right, welcome back. We are now moving on to example 2. All right, so again, we're looking at this. We have all this stuff on the left-hand side and this one little bitty thing on the right-hand side. So obviously we are not going to touch the right-hand side. We are going to do exactly like we did in the last videos. We're going to turn the left-hand side into the smaller side. So we're going to tackle this sine x, tangent x first. So there's nothing that we can do with sine x, so we're going to leave that alone. However, the tangent of x we can rewrite as into sine x over cosine x. Okay? And then we're left with this cosine x over here. So that's the conversion piece. So now let's clean this up a little bit. We wind up with sine squared of x. That's two sines. That's going to be left over cosine of x plus cosine of x. Well, now I got a problem because that didn't help me any. So now I need to go back to fractions. If I've got a fraction and a whole number, what do I wind up doing to put them together? I turn the whole number into a fraction with the same denominator. It's the same thing as what we're going to do here. So I'm going to take this cosine of x and throw a 1 over it. And then I'm going to do upside down picnic table. Okay? So when I do that, I wind up with the following. Cosine times 1 will give me cosine x on the bottom, my plus sign on top. 1 times sine squared, it'll just be sine squared x. Cosine times cosine winds up being cosine squared x. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, this doesn't help me out. But if you notice the numerator, what do you notice that is very specific about the numerator? Well, you should know, and there should be all these bells and whistles going off right here, that what is this? This is a Pythagorean identity. Boy, I can't spell today. Identity. Okay? We know that sine squared of x plus cosine squared of x equals 1. So instead of having sine squared plus cosine squared on top, what we're going to wind up having is I'm going to replace that sine squared plus cosine squared with a 1 over cosine, oops, not cosine squared, just cosine of x. Well, what is cosine of x? Cosine of x is secant of x. And that is exactly what we needed. Okay? So now, go into the next video. I'm going to go ahead and write the problem down for you. See if you can try this next problem all by yourself and then play the next video to see if you actually got this correct. Okay? The key is you need to remember your identities. I cannot stress this stuff enough. You have to remember these identities, otherwise you are going to struggle. So you need to make sure you understand. So this will be example 2A. That'll be the title of the next video. So I will only walk through and do the actual identity or the verifying on the next one, okay? So I'll see you in a second, I guess. Ta-ta.